What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Happy December 31st, New Year's Eve. Let's ring in a new year, 2023, with a banger Trials of Osiris Weapon for you guys in the Unwavering Duty Solar LMG that we can get from ranking up Saint 14 up to rank 16, and then you can continuously focus those Trials Engrams into this bad boy right here. Now I do wish that this weapon was also void. I just feel like we're kind of lacking in the void, or even arc would be even better than void for LMGs, because we do have commemoration and corruptive measure from Vogue and then Deepstone Crypt as well. So we have a couple nice void LMGs, one that we can craft, so an arc one would be nice. This thing is also pretty banging. So we're gonna get into both the PvE and PvP God Rolls for you guys. So starting off, we're gonna go over PvP. So for me, this thing at 450 does have some very good stability and seems like it slaps pretty hard inside of the Crucible. Definitely looking for an Adept version as well. So for me, with the roll for PvP, we're going to be running hammer forged rifling or fluted barrel for stability and handling. Totally a personal preference. You could go with small bore for stability and range, but this thing doesn't really need that range too much, because I said the stability is pretty gnarly. So if you're giving it purely range, not too shabby, but this right here does feel like the best to me with fluted barrel. Next off, in the second column, we're going to go with accurized rounds, again just for that plus 10 range. Nothing else really inside of here feels like it works that great for the PvP realm. Now it's totally up to you again, but dynamic sway or killing wind definitely feels good. Dynamic sway, it already feels very stable and not too bouncy, so having this on will have it even better, and you'll be able to hit some of those farther range shots while you're getting flinched. And then killing wind, if you're going into sixes, this thing gives you that nice mobility, range, and handling on the weapon. Now for me, in this other column, doesn't really matter what you're going with because it's an LMG, so tap the trigger definitely works for that additional stability if you're just clicking on and off of the button instead of letting it just run through in that full auto. You can also go with Focused Fury, so you can get that nice high damage and start railing into people in sixes if you get a couple of those defeats with Focused Fury, and then you can just absolutely mow through Guardians with this as your other perk. Now moving on to the PvE God roll for this bad boy, I do wish, like I said, it was an arc roll. Seems to be we're lacking in that category just slightly. Now I know we do have some, but this at 450 does feel quite good, but we have so many solar LMGs already and ones that we can craft, so this thing does kind of fall to the waypoint, but it is very good, and like I said, stable in the side of the PvE realm. Now for me, I'm going with that corkscrew rifling, jack of all trades. If you've been watching my videos before, 4 barrels gives us that +5 to stability, handling, and range. So this just helps us in all of those categories. Not that we really truly need it too much. Now for me, again, going tactical mag or appended mag, totally up to you. This is a better choice in my opinion for +5 to our magazine stability and some nice reload speed compared to just +9 in the magazine. So we get a few less shots with tactical mag, but we get increases to stability and reload on top of it. So definitely worth it. Now in our third column, it has been brought to my attention that people do really like Ambitious Assassin for some of these LMGs for a reload perk. I personally go with Subsistence, especially pairing it with Incandescent like I would inside of my God roll, but having Subsistence or Ambitious Assassin allows you to have some pretty high capacity for ammo, kind of like Reconstruction. You're able to get a bunch of ammo, maxes out at 50% increase. You can basically double what's inside of there, and when you have Incandescent, that just means you're laying into ads and creating that scorch. Perfect solar synergy, just like we have on some of our other LMGs inside of Destiny, like the fixed odds, but then again, we can craft that so we can get enhanced incandescent. But on the flip side, you can also go with Focus Fury for this in PvE as well, just because of that precision damage grants you some nice bonus weapon damage as well, 20% for 11 seconds. So it is nice to juice some bosses and some champions with this, especially like I said, if you're going in with the solar synergy of solar subclasses. Having subsistence with incandescent or even Focus Fury is not too shabby, but incandescent with that solar scorch and explosion, if you're running war mind cells this season, that can pair very well together as well. So this thing is a lot of fun to use, and it is that 450 RPM like some of the other ones that we have. But if you can get into Trials, grind this thing out, maybe get in an Adept version so we can throw Adept big ones on it, something like that might juice this even a little bit more. So hopefully you guys enjoy these kinds of videos. Nice little quick weapon guide for y'all who have been grinding out Trials this season, getting up to rank 16, which is basically 9,000 points. Then that last 1,000 is the reset. Then you can really grind those out via focusing them at Saint 14 with those Trials Engrams. So happy new year to all. Hopefully y'all have a safe night and a banging 2023 starting out. We have a Osmiomancy Warlock build for y'all tomorrow, so be safe, have fun, appreciate y'all, peace.